It is time to get back into a defensive breakdown on BuckIQ. He is Zach Boren. I am Austin Ward, and I have to start by saying if there's been one person that I was the most wrong about in the last couple of years, and based on the performance this year, Zach, I got to throw up my hand and say, Tyleik Williams, you have done it. You have exceeded expectations. You've proven me wrong. Not that you were doing it to me specifically, but holy cow, this guy has been phenomenal for Ohio State.
Did someone finally prove the Austin Ward wrong?
No, come
I
on.
mean, Austin Ward's opinions are normally spot on. So for Tyleik to change your opinion, man, he must be doing a lot.
Well, I have an open mind, Zach. I'm willing to learn and adjust my opinions over time. And look, I had a lot of conversations with Tyleik over the last couple of years, and he said the same thing, like work ethic. There were times that he's been lazy. Certainly, he's had injuries as well. So it's like I thought that I was coming it from a fair place, and I would still talk to 91 when he wanted to be freed and ask what was going through his mind. Give him credit where it's due. That's all I'm trying to do. The kid has worked exceptionally hard. He's got the fourth highest snap count on the team right now, Zach. Like, I never thought that would be the case. He's got 5 passes defended, and for whatever grain of salt you take with PFF, he is the highest graded defender on the Ohio State defense.
He's been great all year long. And I agree with you. I think everyone coming into the season was talking about how it was going to be the Mike Hall show, and then Tyleik was just going to be a great supporting actor. And it's kind of flipped, is that Tyleik has been setting the tone for this interior defense line, just making the big plays when they need made. He's been that run stuffer. He's been that guy that two gap and offensive lineman, making the linebackers able to run free and make plays. And we haven't seen this kind of defensive line play from an interior guy in a long time. I mean, a long time, where he's literally dominating almost all the way back to maybe Jonathan Hankins. I mean, that's kind of the first name that comes to mind when I think about Tyleik's performance this year, because not only has he been great against the run, he's also been great against the pass, batting down balls, getting to the quarterback. Like, he's been doing a bunch of things really well. And like I said, we haven't seen that kind of performance in a long time from an interior defense lineman.
Yeah, it goes a long way. I mean, I think about like the out of nowhere season for Haskell Garrett, some stretches of play for Tommy Togiai, but the consistency, I think, from Tyleik has been what's most remarkable. And again, it had been just flashes for him, and it had been productivity against opponents that, like, a lot of it coming into this year had just been against Rutgers, and you hadn't seen it sustained over periods of time. I think that's more than anything what stands out to me. I mean, are there things that he's doing differently when he plays, Zach, or do you just see the stamina, the energy that he's playing with, and the ability to just be out there and be healthy?
I think stamina and energy has something to do with it, but I think it's more of the mindset to finish. Like this year, more than ever, it's like, in the past, he'd kind of get blocked or would get caught in a move, and he'd just kind of stop and stand there, and it just be like, all right, you got me. I'm going to save my energy for the next play. So almost like you see that fight in him this year, right? It's like, I want to finish plays, even if you don't have, even if I don't have you off the jump and you get good hand placement on me, I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to get, I'm going to make the play. I think another thing that you're seeing this year, a lot more than others, are two things. One is he's playing with a lower pad level, right? In the past, I think maybe he was playing high, and that could be a stamina thing, just getting tired. This year, he's firing off the football from that standpoint. And you just see his quickness, right? His quickness off the line. It's, he was he's played always heavy. And the big thing for him is, everyone said, work ethic, kind of out of shape. This year, man, his first step off the football is great. He's gaining penetration right there. He's not kind of being that big, sloppy, just barrel guy in the middle. He's doing so many things that you want to see great defensive linemen do. And you hit the nail on the head. I mean, yes, it could be, a culmination of things, but obviously being in shape, those things, the stamina are huge factors with it.
Yeah, he had another productive game against Michigan State. It's been start to finish. So we're going to scatter around some of the clips from throughout the year for Tyleik Williams to break it down on BuckIQ for what he's been doing well. And certainly that's with an eye on what's about 9 days away for Ohio State in Ann Arbor. Against that rushing attack, Tyleik Williams is going to have to be key. We'll see how he's been that for Ohio State right now. Let's roll the tape. All right, Zach, well, let's start last weekend against Michigan State. Tyleik Williams just You talk about that first step. Sometimes it's not always driving upfield is right off the bat, right? There's different ways to play it.
No doubt. But this is what I love so good about this is even with that first step, right? He still shows enough that this guard is still setting on him. If you look at that, it's like if he just comes there and doesn't show any get off at all and just stand straight up, that guard's going to be able to peel back at that linebacker. This is a cross game with the linebacker coming, Tyleik swooping in underneath. But when he's able to threaten, they still push that way. And you can see here, listen, Tyleik Williams on a running back, good luck. I'll take Tyleik Williams every day of the week. But you see him able to move the offensive line in their eyes just off that first step with still being able to have the quickness to come back around and make a play right here.
Yeah, and he sets up Cody Simon on that cross game that you talked about. And then the ability maybe to adjust and move and get lateral, like some of these things that we haven't seen a ton from him, I guess.
This is the finishing we just talked about, right? So many times in the past, he wouldn't have the agility to turn and run and make this play. Instead, guess what? Turns, run, is able to get the quarterback. And yeah, the quarterback was spinning, but still, it just seems like he's one step faster this year than he has been in the past. And that's been a huge difference.
And he's got this new celebration here. I don't know what Berm's got, like 1,000 photos of Tyleik Williams. He's made so many plays, just throwing up that finger and shaking it. What do we make of that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like a peace sign or something? Like I come in peace? I don't get it. I don't know.
Puts that arm behind, it puts up a finger, sometimes two fingers. I don't know.
That'd be an inside joke, dude. An inside joke. You know, that's one of those things that like happens at practice, and it's an inside joke moving forward.
All right, I got to get to the bottom of that. Then that's a great point, Zach. All right, so here we go. Another bit of a more traditional defensive tackle play here.
Yeah, but here's what I like is that we talked about pad level. Tyleik Williams is a big dude. Right from the jump, he's under this dude's pads. Look at his hand placement. Look at the offensive lineman's pad level. Look, Tyleik does get up high, but he's driving him back. Look, the offensive lineman 6 yards deep at this point, right? 6 yards deep in the backfield. Tyleik Williams. Now, this is what I love. In the past, as soon as he had a great bull rush. In the past, once he gets caught about right here, he'd kind of say, man, all right, I gave him a push. Now I'm done. Instead, what do you see? You see him continue to use his hands, continue to fight off the block, and he's going to make a play right here, which he hasn't been finishing and making those plays in years past. And that's been the difference maker that you and I were just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely huge for Ohio State. I think there's been guys at all three levels that you can point to for some of the turnaround for Ohio State, but Tyleik up front, I think, has been so key to that. This is what he's done more than just about anybody else. Now
he has get that big paw up in the air. He's been swatting some balls. Now, granted, they might not be swats. It might be just be knockdowns with his helmet. Get that big body up there, right? You see pass. If you know you're not getting there, guess what? Do everything you can to knock those balls down. Use your eyes, get your hands, get your body, do everything you can to get this throw off the mark. Look at this. Watch. Just bang.
Match.
Right? Hey,
match.
Yeah.
Match the hands, right?
No doubt. Hey, this is when that's when you get the joke in the D line room, right? That's Sunday morning. That's where all the defensive linemen start joking with you. Like, man, you couldn't get that other hand up. Man, you're taking it off the helmet. Like, man, come on. Let's yeah.
He has had a couple shots at a pick. Like maybe it's coming.
It's coming. I hope it's coming. I hope it's coming in 2 weeks. That's when I hope it's coming.
All right. I know this has been a favorite for many people in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center throughout the year. There's so much talk about Joe Alt and, that matchup in September and how he was going to hold up at left tackle. Well, here you got 91 putting him right in Sam Hartman's lap.
Joe Alt is a guaranteed top 10 pick, right? In next year's draft. You have Tyleik Williams right here going against the top 10 overall pick in the NFL draft, and he literally uses his power and pushes Joe Alt right into Sam Hartman's lap. I mean, this is a massive, massive game, as we all know, and every single play was, times 10 for Tyleik to make this play and be able to do what he's doing right here with an offensive tackle that's athletic, that's long, that's powerful. I mean, I don't think people realize how good of a play that is. People see offensive linemen get pushed back into quarterbacks all the time. For Tyleik to be able to hit this dude 4 yards in front of the quarterback and use his power to push him all the way back in there and affect the throw like this, This is an unreal play. I mean, in my opinion, this is the play that put him on the map this year.
Yeah, I mean, the completion is there, right? I mean, Tommy Eichenberg is in coverage. Maybe he'll get him down short of the sticks, but like, you don't even have to make that play if you can knock Sam Hartman down.
No doubt. And let's say the guy makes it and Tommy misses a tackle, right? And the guy's got 30 yards in front of him to make a play, right? Tyleik Williams made this play by putting Joe Alt literally in the Sam Hartman's lap, which is, I bet you watch all of Joe Alt snaps this year. There's not another play like that where he's pushed in the Sam Hartman's lap.
Yeah, it's unless JT made one that we're forgetting, they both would have happened in that same game, right?
Run this back real quick. I want everyone to see this right there. Pause it. Look what Tyleik is doing to this offensive lineman for Notre Dame. People say Notre Dame's got the best offensive lineman in college football. We'll see, we'll see 8 days from now, whatever, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. What Tyleik is able to, that's just with his right arm. Look at that hand placement with his right arm. I mean, that is powerful. That's underneath his pads. And then he sheds them and freaking makes a play on a big time running back here against Notre Dame. And this is early on in the game. This is setting the tone. This is say, hey, listen, we're here. We're going to be doing this all game long. And I'm setting the tone for the entire defense.
Seemed like there were some opportunities based on what Michigan's offensive line did against Penn State last week, but we'll see. It's going to be up to Tyleik Williams and those rushmen to do that when they get to Ann Arbor first. They're going to have to play Minnesota on Saturday. One more regular season game to go for the Buckeyes before heading up there for the game. And once that one's out of the way, we'll break it down with Zach Boren next week on BuckIQ. We appreciate his insight, as always, looking at Tyleik Williams this week on BuckIQ. He is Zach. I'm Austin. We'll talk to you later.